This video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. More about it later down the video. In the last part, Bulma and Goku begin training on Roshi's island, and they get pretty beefed up. The tournament goes really well, with Bulma going up against Master Roshi disguised as Jackie Chun. They fight pretty well, but in the end, Roshi tricks Bulma with his dirty tricks and wins the tournament. In this part, we discuss Goku's and Bulma's path through the Red Ribbon Saga, so let's continue. Once they're back, Goku and Bulma begin talking. Goku laughs at Bulma for falling for Roshi's trick, to which Bulma guts Goku and yells at him that he wouldn't understand it, and that the only way he would understand is if a girl touched his, thing. Goku, being Goku, is confused as he does it all the time to verify if a person is a boy or a girl. Bulma gives up remembering back to that time and continues on with the whole story. Goku decides to find Gohan's 4-star Dragon Ball, with Bulma coming along, and so they dip out during the night. Goku and Bulma seek, but end up confronting Pilaf and Colonel Silver as well. Bulma says to take Pilaf and his cronies on, while she takes on the Colonel. Pilaf gets easily scared shitless and shivers, saying that they will take their leave and dipping, which disappointed Goku. Colonel Silver, on the other hand, didn't want to fight the girl, so she says if he's smarter than he looks, he will know why he shouldn't fight either of them. Colonel is confused, but Bulma takes a breath in and out before raising her hand and shooting a small and harmless ki blast right past him, as she never really has mastered anything past the Kamehameha, so that's all she can do. Then she starts preparing an actual Kamehameha to let Colonel know she ain't messing around. Colonel is now pissed, ready to attack, and swearing that the army will find them and kill them easily. But before anything happens, Goku bitches to Bulma that he wants to fight. Before long, they start bickering and Colonel Silver tips out of there, finding the Dragon Ball. The two notice and realize that they bitched for far too long, so Bulma dashes towards Silver and one-shots him down to the ground and taking the Dragon Ball. Goku and Bulma then go on their own way yet again. They decide to split and find the Dragon Balls quicker, but Bulma has other plans. As Goku is doing the searching and taking care of the muscle tower, Bulma has headed home and taken a new Dragon Radar, then went to pick up 2 clams and a whole set of capsules on the go. After that, she leaves and researches what there is to know about who they just encountered. After a few days of research, she learns that's the Red Ribbon Army and that they seek world domination. Getting confused at first, then figuring out what they may be planning to use the Dragon Balls for, so she decides to go towards where most of the Dragon Balls are located, that being the Red Ribbon headquarters, so she books it there to ruin their shit. Over there, Bulma is casually sitting on her little floater pod and looking on. The army notices her in the sky and then start blasting at her, to which she just stands in place and dominates by letting bullets hit her and do nothing. Once the guns stop shooting and the mags are all empty, it's Bulma's turn to play as she starts charging a Kamehameha from above, while they all run inside, cowering in fear. Bulma shoots the wave at full power, which gets the whole place absolutely destroyed, leaving only a few men that were outside survive and run away. Just as the smoke is clearing up, we see Goku rushing in with his Nimbus Cloud to see nothing there. Bulma is confused as to what is Goku doing here. Jumping down from her little floater, Goku gets scared, then bitches at Bulma for scaring him, then asking if she did this to the Red Ribbon. Bulma confirms, seeing that working harder for an answer wasn't the option, so she went the smarter route this time. With the Red Ribbon over with, they go back to the Kame house where Roshi is waiting. While we stop here, this video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. It's a Dragon Ball fan comic done by an upcoming artist, Norlight. It's about a girl that has been saved from the experiments of Red Ribbon Army by an unexpected individual, Goku Black, who now grows a bond with the girl. Check it out using my affiliate links down below and support the work. Now let's continue with the what if. Goku mentions that his Dragon Radar is broken and that it needs repairs, to which Bulma does so quickly. As for the last Dragon Ball, Roshi suggests going to his sister Baba. However, Bulma has a better plan for now. She explains the tail weakness and that both her and Goku have to train that weakness because at some point it will become a burden, so it's only natural to overcome it. Goku agrees, knowing he should have done it sooner when his grandpa was telling him, but he never got to it as he thought there was never a need. Bulma comes in clutch with those clamps and they decide to have Launch supervise them, as they put those clamps on their tails. In an instant, they become weak, and with that, their training begins. Goku and Bulma lay flat on their stomachs, twitching here and there, and barely able to get up. Launch is there witnessing the whole thing and not knowing what to do. She goes and checks up on Goku to see if he's okay, before Goku's tail tickles her nose and she sneezes, turning into her knockoff Super Saiyan. Goku and Bulma are now slightly scared as to what Launch will do to them in this state, but Launch is pretty cooperative. She isn't trying anything bad, but is annoying them a little bit. Bulma requires water, but Launch lays back, saying that she's younger and to get it herself. That pisses Bulma off, as Bulma starts shivering trying to get up. She manages but barely takes a few steps before falling down again. Launch congratulates Bulma and goes to get her hydration. Goku is amazed, so he too gives it his best and manages to stand up for a second before plopping down as well. After a couple of days, as well as a lot of back and forth with the training, they manage to control their tails. Goku and Bulma then properly test their tails by squeezing each other's tails as hard as they could, which worked a perfect treat. Roshi is amazed that the two managed to gain resistance to their tails being grabbed and congratulates them on the success. Goku then decides that they should go to Fortune Teller Baba to get the location of the last Dragon Ball. And so, Goku and Bulma go. Goku picks up Appa along the way, and the rest of the gang also arrive to Baba's palace. They either gotta pay for it or fight 5 fighters of hers to get the location. Since Bulma has no money on her as well as everybody else, they decide to fight. The rules are explained and the fight starts. However, just like in canon, those doesn't really change much up until the fight with Goku and Masked Fighter. Goku's skill surpasses that of the Masked Fighter, and even when his tail is grabbed, he pulls something similar he did to Krillin in the next Tenkaichi Budokai. He acts weak, then says psych and makes the Masked Fighter a doormat. Masked Fighter then unmasks to be the legendary Grandpa Gohan, and Goku runs to him in tears, wondering how is he alive. Baba explains it how he is allowed here for only 1 day from the other world, so they took the opportunity. Goku sees that he indeed has killed his own grandpa, so he apologizes to Gohan for not being in control. Grandpa Gohan is all happy and lightheartedly forgives Goku and tells him it's not his fault. With all that said and done, Gohan's time is up and he says his final goodbyes to Goku, telling him to keep training and listening to Roshi before he disappears into thin air. With all that done, and Goku at peace with his only demon, he takes a sigh of relief and says goodbye to his grandpa for one last time. With the last Dragon Ball location in their hands, Bulma goes to get it. On the way, she encounters the Pilaf gang, who shoot down her floater and she lands before him. They have a plan to grab her tail and defeat her that way. However, they don't know that Bulma trained it to full endurance, so when they grab her tail using the mech, she just uses her tail to tip them off and kick the mech into a hill. The Pilaf gang decides to shoot a rocket at her, but that does 0 damage and she comes out of the smoke and splitting the mech in half. She nearly kills Pilaf, but lets them all live to fight another day. With Pilaf gang now gone, she travels on foot to get the last Dragon Ball, but she has no way back unless going on foot. So she thinks for a bit, then calls for a Nimbus Cloud. It takes a bit, but the transport arrives to Bulma's surprise. Though she doesn't know if she can ride it, she climbs upon it and manages to stand. She then uses it to go back to Kame House where the gang awaits her. Goku doesn't know since when Bulma was pure-hearted, but Bulma ignores the question and moves on to resurrecting Bora, Appa's father. So Goku finishes that part of the deal and Bora is back to the living. With everything now in peace, Roshi assigns their new training, Wilderness. He instructs them to survive in the harsh conditions of the wild and come back for the next Tenkaichi Budokai. The gang agrees and they all go their separate ways. We're continuing the series next time. While you wait for the next part, join the T23 Discord server with the Vanity URL down in the description. Thank you for watching, and with that, peace out.